What is going on, traders? Got a lot to talk about. Before we get into that, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So, first things first, we're going to look at meta because for some reason people cherry pick things I say out the video and ignore the bullish sentiment and only focus on the bearish sentiments that I have. And I literally go over both possibilities. So, we're going to go over meta real quick. So, in my last video, feel free to rewatch it because I even rewatched it. I said that there's a chance that Meta is going to retest because there's probably a fair value gap around this area here. And that's exactly what happened. So I even put in the Discord that Meta has the possibility to go as high as about 460, 450 range, maybe 470. I wouldn't even be surprised it goes to 470. This is where this daily supply and demand zone he is. But again, traders that watch my videos tend to like just cherry pick and pick what they want to hear out of my videos or whatever the case may be. And if I give a bearish target, they ignore the bullish target. So, for example, this video, buy it all, market dump. I mean, market pump. Stocks like is right here. And then even in this video, I still sounded bullish. I even showed you guys on quantum data that SPY, there's 510 call exposure for May 3rd on SPY. The only issue was I didn't know if institutions were rolling their calls over or they already closed their positions early. If we look at the SPY, and I even said this like the last three videos, I wanted the retest to happen. I wanted it to. And I even said that I am surprised that we didn't get 510 target prior to Meta earnings. It's all there. So again, it's like people cherry pick what they want to hear in my videos, or maybe they just don't listen at all, and I guess they're like supporting in some way. I don't know. But if we're looking at the SPY, as you guys can see, we're above 507. So that leads me to believe that tomorrow we're going to head towards that 510 target that I've been talking about for like the past three videos. And the question is, are we going to see more upside after that? I think we can. I think we can see more upside. We could start heading towards 514, 515 after that if we just so happen to get out this 4 hour supply and demand zone to the upside. If we're looking at the downside, because I mentioned 495 being a potential target, which I don't understand why that target is surprising because we went there before. So what's stopping us from going there again? But I did have a target of 490, and granted, we didn't get that target. But in me saying the target of 490, it seems like everybody ignored when I said 510 is on the table as well. So again, traders just cherry picking what they want to hear out my videos. So 510, I think we're going to see 510 tomorrow. The only thing that's kind of in the way is PCE data, but I really find it hard to believe that, and I said this in the Discord. I find it hard to believe that we did all of this. Like earnings is, earnings is great, earnings is amazing, Google, all that, and then we make this big move to the upside just for PCE data to give it all back. I find that hard to believe. And in the last video, I don't know if I said this in the last video or in the Discord, but there's a hangman pattern here, and I said that usually when hangman patterns, and I went over this before, right here. I went over this in another video. Usually when hangman patterns form, the SPY tends to gap down, or not even gap down, but just drop, and then it starts to recover the gap within the hangman pattern up to the body of that pattern. Like I'm saying this stuff, and again, people are just cherry picking. So and I say this all the time, when the SPY feels like makes a gap, typically it tries to fill it like almost immediately. So today was no surprise that we bounced back. Okay. Now, was I expecting us to get back above the body around 507? I honestly wasn't. But I mean, it's Microsoft earnings, it's Google earnings, so it's not too much of a surprise. But 510 will be my target. If we break below 493.8, we could be heading towards that 490 level that I was talking about as well. Hopefully, we're paying attention now. Triple Qs. So triple Qs pretty much trying to get above this. It's the same thing with triple Qs. We had this hangman pattern. I said if it looks like the pattern, assume that it is, and it did exactly the same thing the SPY did. What did it do? It went down for meta earnings or gap down for meta earnings, and then it started to recover the gap within the hangman pattern. So I, I, I don't know, but as far as triple Qs go, you want to see a move above 430. You break above 430, you can head towards that 433, 433.5 level. You could head as high as about 436, 438, give or take, but I'm going to stick to 433 for now because tomorrow, us consistently running all day tomorrow is a little sketchy, but I mean, it's not too far off the table. All right. As far as downside, if you break below 414, I would say 413.5 to be safe. You break below 413.5, you're looking at a move towards that 409, 410 level. So be on the lookout for that. All right. Um, NQ. So in I don't know, like maybe 2 videos ago, I believe it was this video right here. I said think NQ has the potential to go to 18,150. I said this. Like, I did say this. Feel free to rewatch it. Um, and NQ can go as high as 18,300, but that's like around where these guys are right here. After that, it's pretty hard for me to see us going much higher than that. Really hard. I mean, we would need obviously news. We would definitely need news because I mean, look at all this. I tell you guys all the time. Wicks tell you where sellers and buyers are. I mean, there's a lot of turbulence up here. So we need news, earnings. I don't know what, but we need something in order for us to get above this area here. All right. As far as levels, you want to see NQ break above 17,830. We break above 17,830. You're heading towards this guy right here. This supply and demand zone here at around 17,990. We'll just say 18,000. You'll pretty much be in this range, which we're already pretty much there, right where these guys are. Hopefully, you guys can see this. So, right where these guys are. And then if we break past these guys, we're probably just heading towards that 18,150 level. So be on the lookout for that. As far as downside goes, you break back below 17,500, then that is a problem. But right now, it's looking pretty good, I would say. You break below 17,500, you're heading towards 17,300 on the NQ. All right. So those are my targets for both the upside and the downside. All right. I still have a target, just like I have a target of 18,150 to the upside. I still have a target to 16,800. That's not going to change until we break highs again. Until that happens, I still have a short-term target as well. So, but people only pay attention to the short targets and not the bullish targets. Again, 18,150, maybe 18,300, which is around this area here. But that's what I'm looking at as far as potential upside targets. ES. So ES, we broke above 5120, 5126, 5125, give or take. We broke out of this 4 hour supply and demand zone. My next target is about 5165, 5166, around that range where these guys are. So be on the lookout for that. As far as downside goes, I want to see a break back below 5066. We break below 5066, then we're heading towards 5050, and then we can head as low as 5,006. So be on the lookout for both the bullish targets and the bearish targets. All right. Did I go over NQ? Yeah, I went over NQ. So NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, I alerted to the Discord that they are welcome to close the play. I am still in it, unfortunately. We got out at around 825. Yeah, so we got in. I told you guys last video we got in at around 810, and we got out at around 820. Well, I alerted to get out at around 825. So we took a loss on that play, but we did win on IWM, and then IWM puts, and then we took profit on SQQ calls as well this morning when SQQ was at like 12.4. But regardless, Nvidia was a loss. Is what it is. It happens. God forbid I lose. So Nvidia Nvidia's a little sketchy. All right. So Nvidia does have the potential to do one of these moves where we revisit 900, 905 again, and then potentially see another leg down. Now, AMD earnings is next week, I believe on next Tuesday. So that could motivate Nvidia for more upside or downside if AMD earnings comes in bad. So that's what I'm looking at as far as Nvidia. If Nvidia breaks above, well, it's already above 840. You're looking at you're looking at a move towards 860, like 860, 863. If you really want to be safe, you want to count your psych level at around 850 before you see that move. So about 865, 866 is what I'm looking at after 850. Nvidia does have the potential to see 900 once again. What motivates that move? Maybe tomorrow we could see it. Maybe AMD earnings. We'll probably look at AMD real quick, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at as far as Nvidia. Nvidia breaks below 770, and I said this in the Discord multiple times. Nvidia breaks below 770. That is your golden ticket for more downside. All right. So I do think we're going to get one more retest of this trend line at this point, given how earnings and everything turned out, and then we'll see what happens from there. Because if I give a bearish target, everybody just hones in on that one target and not the upwards target. So yeah, 900 is on the table. 875, I would say, if we want to be conservative, about 875. And then as far as downside goes, still have a target of 680. It's not going to change until we break highs. Okay. Still have a target of 680, which is right around where this gap is. Okay. Right around where this gap is. I went over Meta, Google. So, Google, I said in like the past two videos that I like to the upside. But I said the measured move for this pattern right here is about 120. I don't know if I said in the video, but I said in the Discord that the measured move for this rising wedge is about 120. I didn't say it was going to go to 120. I'm just saying that's the measured move for this pattern. Um, and yeah, but I still was saying in the videos that I like Google to the upside. So it's pretty crazy. Google, it was above this weekly supply and demand zone right here. It went this morning or sometime today, it went down to retest it at around 151. And then it pretty much just bounced from there. And now after hours, it's at like 176. So congratulations if you took that earnings play. I didn't play it despite me liking it. Um, I was just, yeah, I was too chicken for this. I was way too chicken. But being above this weekly supply and demand zone, everything was just looking too sketchy, and Meta pretty much made this look sketchy. So, uh, institutions or whoever they played that very well. But congratulations if you did take Google calls. As far as where it can go from here, I mean, it's in price discovery mode at this point. 176, there's nothing up there. If as long as Google stays above 150, I would say you're pretty safe. If Google breaks below 146, then chances are it's going to head towards this gap fill at around 143, 143.5. So again, congratulations if you took Google. Microsoft. Microsoft had like a lackluster move, and I've been saying all day today that in the Discord that Microsoft just looks really sus, and I didn't like it. It just didn't. It just had a very lackluster move. I was actually surprised. I was genuinely surprised. I thought Microsoft would probably have a bigger move, whether either to the upside or to the downside. But it looks like everybody's just about to get IV crushed, unless PCE data just booms the market once again. Um, I had a target of 380. Microsoft went as low as about 388 in the Discord. So yeah, I was off by $8. That's fine. If we break below 388, then we're definitely heading towards 380 in Microsoft. My concern right now, if we do see downside on Microsoft, is these guys right here. That's going to take some serious news. Okay, this right here is going to take serious news for us to break below. But for now, given where the market is and how everything's looking, it looks like we are pretty bullish. If Microsoft can get above 431, then I think it could easily see 440, 450, 470, so be on the lookout for that. But as of now, it's just in neutral territory. It didn't, there's no, I mean, it's just stuck with these guys right here. I mean, this is a whole lot of turbulence. So really disappointed in this move. But yeah. IWM we took profit on. We took profit at around 194. We entered at around 197. Um, I don't know. Oh, I got the Discord up. So yeah, yesterday I told you guys about the Nvidia puts, 750 puts. We got out of those. We took a loss on those. Tesla psyched out. We were in 170 calls and the thing took off today, but I got psyched out of the position. Um, SQQ calls took at like 11.7, 11.8. We took profit at around 12.4 this morning, so that was great. But yeah, so 2 and 2 for the past 2 days, so nothing too crazy. Overall, we still have more wins than losses this week, and yeah, IWM was 190 puts for May 17th, so yeah, we got in like 197, 198 range and took profit at around 194, and yeah, so those are the trades that we were in for this week, or the trades that we were in for the past 2 days. Did I go over things? I think I want to go over Tesla. So Tesla like psyched me out of my position. We had 170 calls, and yeah, it just this move right here, not right here. Where was it? Right here. So let's go to the 4 hour. So Tesla pretty much played games. When it got below 158, that's when I got out of position. I actually told Discord to get out at like 160 because it looked like it wanted to revisit 154. It was actually here, yeah. So it got below 158 and then it played games and got right back up there. So, yeah, and now it's at 172, which was my price target. Let me check the Discord. Yep, take profit at 40% price or 40% or price target of 172. Risky trade. So that's pretty crazy. Tesla outplayed me. It broke my ankles. But yeah, I think Tesla can go higher. I really do. I think Tesla can head towards 175. I mean, that's not much from 172, but I think Tesla can, hit 175. If it breaks above 175, I think it can go to 184. Obviously, 180 is in the way as well, but I think it can go as high as 184. I think I don't want to say the bottom is in for Tesla because this gap is annoying. It really is. This gap is annoying me. Otherwise, I would be like, the bottom is in for Tesla. Be ready to moon. But yeah, it's tough to say with this gap in a way. So just be careful with Tesla as far as upside. But again, 175, 180, and 184 are your targets for Tesla. As far as downside, as long as it doesn't break back below this guy down here, I think you're pretty good. 138, I think you're pretty good there. And that's pretty much all I have. Hopefully, you guys got something out of this video. I guess we can go over AMD. I don't have much for AMD right now, but yeah, my computer's about to die, so I'm just gonna cut this video short. But AMD possible price target is 160 from here. We're back above 155, so look for a move towards 160. Other than that, that's all I have, traders. Until the next video, have a good one.